Well, hello everyone. I do apologize. I had just a bit of a technical difficulty getting started at 12 noon, but we're just a few minutes behind. But I would like to go ahead and get started today for our Weight Talk Thursday. Um, Today's topic is talking about our weight loss medications again. So let's be real about it. GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Mounjaro, they can help us lose weight, but they are not a lifestyle. They are only the tools that we use. So if you are depending on the shot to do all the work, what happens when the prescription ends? Or when our insurance, it just won't cover the medication anymore. Or say, for instance, if you have some side effects related to the medicine, and makes you have to stop the medication. If that question makes you a little bit nervous, then this talk is for you. Once again, we had a few technical difficulties, but we are back on track now. I'm Coach Kisha, a holistic nutrition weight loss coach, and I'm the author of The Wait is Over. And I help women over 40 lose weight in a way that's sustainable and supported and doesn't depend on extremes or just the medications alone. If you're using weight loss medications such as Ozempic, Wegovy, what we call the GLP-1 medications, or you're coming off of them now, I want you to drop me in the comments. Me too, if you're here live with me. But if you're on the replay, please type replay so I can check in with you a little bit later. Also go ahead and tag a friend, because too many women are, we're being given these weight loss prescriptions, but not real plans or not a solid plan for life after the medication or beyond the medication. So you may ask, why this topic? I've been on this journey personally and professionally. I've used them and use them now myself, the medications, and I turn to coaching women through every stage of starting, stopping, and rebuilding after the medication use, because I saw there was a need for having a solid or a good plan after weight loss or after you start the medicine. The problem is for most women, getting the shot, is that, we're given that shot, we're given the medication, but a lot of times, some of the places where we get our medications from, including our private physicians, we're not given a strategy. And that is what leads to rebound weight gain. It leads to fear. And sometimes that feeling of being stuck without a backup plan. And so today I wanted to give you that plan, or at least a clear strategy or starting point while you're on the medication. The belief that most of us have, or a lot of women have, is, as long as I'm on the medication, I'm okay. But once I stop, am I going to gain the weight back? What's going to happen after I stop the medication? And, that belief creates fear. It creates stress, and sometimes, dependence. We make the medication sometimes as a crutch for us, and we begin to depend on it all the time. And if that sounds like something you can relate to, why don't you type a number one in the comments and let me know if that's something that you have experienced, or may even have that fear as well. um, I felt that fear too when I was told recently to pause my medication for surgery. I had a health condition that came up, and when I was told, I had to stop the medicine for a few months, um, I thought, is everything going to fall apart? Will I see my weight come back? while I'm on the medication, or, while I'm off the medication for the next 3 months or more. Even with my background, I was scared of losing control. And I, see the same fear in the clients that I come into contact with. The weight loss medication, it can support our weight loss and our journey, but they don't teach us how to do a few things. Number one, eat for our goals. We don't learn that from taking the medicine. Number two, we move consistently. That's part of the plan, or should be part of your plan or your journey as well. And rewire your relationship with food is something that we don't get from just taking the medication alone. We have to build habits that last, as well, and deal with emotional eating. A lot of times, weight gain can be surrounded by the issue of emotional eating. To be honest, that's not the job of the medication. That's the job of a lifestyle plan, and that's where the real transformation happens. I had one client I worked with who lost over 20 pounds on the medication. But in going into her fourth month, she had a reaction to the shot and had to stop the medication. She tried it a couple of times, a couple of weeks in a row, and she still continued to have this particular reaction. And so she had to stop the medication all in itself. And she became afraid, and was about what was going to be her next move. She had lost this weight before the reaction happened, and how was she going to keep that weight off, as well as continue to lose. So we connected, and we devised a plan, based on her goals. And we added in structure to her meals. We built a walking routine, and we started mindset coaching. And she has, to this day, continued to lose weight, and is still off the medication. She's continuing to lose weight, and now she feels more confident about maintaining her weight loss for life. If you're on a GLP-1, or the weight loss shot, or weight loss medication, it is, right now, or if you're stopping, or you have to stop the medication for whatever reason it may be, here are I want to give you 3 ways to start building your lifestyle plan. Number one, you can follow the fresh plate method that I have created within my program, and that what I teach in my book as well. Um, and that can help you devise a certain way of how to eat for sustaining, and for maintaining, and for continuing to lose weight. You can begin to move 10 to 20 minutes each day. Don't have to do anything just too strenuous, and don't overdo it, but just be consistent, and just make sure you put that in your daily routine. You can also keep a reflection journal, to notice, your triggers, your wins, and your setbacks. The medications, I want you to remember, the medications can help us, but we, or you, do the healing. And that's what, makes the that's the lifestyle, that's the sustainability, that's the long term that you develop. You don't need to be scared of what happens after weight loss medications. You need support, you need a strategy, and you need a simple plan, something that you can live with for the rest of your life. And be able to incorporate it daily and easily. And that's exactly what I offer inside the Fresh Start program. So, if you're ready to stop relying only on medication and finally build a lifestyle plan that works after 40, DM me fresh, or sign up for the next Fresh Start workshop. I will make sure to put the link of the workshop in the program's description. You'll and during this you'll leave with a custom plan that fits your body, your schedule, and your long-term goals. And if you want to reflect weekly on what we go over and learn during these talks, you can grab our weight talk mini journal, which is available as well, and I'll make sure to put that link in the description. And that is made to keep you grounded in progress and not perfection. The link will be in the description of the program as well. So let's wrap it up, or let's sum things up here. So GLP-1 weight loss medication or the shots, they're just tools. They're not solutions. You can lose weight and keep it off without depending on the medication. And the earlier you build a plan, the better you feel when you're ready to come off the medication. I want you to know that you are not alone. I will help you every step of the way. So that and a community. You'll have a community to help you along in every step of the way. So that's all I really have for today. I'll see you next Thursday at 12 Central Time, same place, same mission, real talk and real results. I appreciate you joining and sticking with me as we had those few technical difficulties at the beginning. But I hopefully will see you, or be sure to see you next week for Weight Talk Thursdays with Coach Kisha. Please subscribe, share, and rewatch. Okay. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Bye.